There's sound. There's sound. Do 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 I guess I should pop out the chat, huh? That would help. And we'll put it to live chat. Do 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 do. Ah, you were waiting on Bird of Prey 5X? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I changed it up today. Do 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 do. Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Qapla, and I know you were expecting bed life, but it is too effing hot. I am sorry, it's 74, almost 75 degrees is a high today, and it's warm as F in my house, and I refuse to turn on the air conditioning, not because I'm cheap, but Mamo Prey really likes this temperature. This is the temperature Mamo Prey enjoys. It's about 5 degrees too warm for me. So, to be quite frank, I'm not wearing a shirt. So, I can't do the camera today. So, for keeping it cool in the house, tomorrow we're going to be back down to a high of 50 and a low probably in the 40s. So, if I just get through this evening, this afternoon, we'll be set. It'll be weeks before I have to turn on the AC. So that is why we are doing Jar Life today. I wanted to spare you guys from having to see me without my shirt on. Poor Yosef actually clicked on that link that I put the other day in, what was it, Cinnabon's? I think it was Cinnabon's chat. Somebody's chat, and no, Life with Matthew. It was Life with Matthew's chat, and saw what the bed sore looked like 8-9 years ago. It had only healed a couple of years at that point. So Cinnabon Bunny was first. Hello, Cinnabon Bunny, and yes, I was on Cinnabon's stream, the Bunny stream, before I came on in this. About an hour ago, and before that, thank you, Cinnabon. 47 Yorktown says, hello, sir. Welcome, 47 Yorktown. Josh Street lies, tells dirty, Turtistanny lies, saying there was no sound. Shronmore says, greetings, Birdo Prey 5, Mamo Prey 5, and fellow nerds. Greetings, Shronmore. Immortal Technique says, hi, guys. Qapla, Immortal Technique. Hector says, after TY, but before a lot of streams. After track yards, but before a lot of streams, I guess. Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Birdo Prey, and all Qapla, Life with Matthew. And I am sorry about putting that photo on your stream the other day. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Is your state in lockdown yet? Because we are. Actor says he was waiting on the Birdo Prey 5X channel. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Actor. I apologize, but because I got my review out last night, it was actually like 2 in the morning Eastern, but to me it was last night. I already had over, probably near 400 views. It's okay. Mama Pray thought I was lying about the sound, but no.
No, I just came in.
I don't know how many views I have on it, but I had over 200 views overnight, and I don't know. Last time I looked at the Picard review that got out yesterday, it was doing quite well. 480, Jesus, 480 views on my dashboard. Now YouTube is only saying 429, but 480 is on my dashboard already, so that's really cool. Honestly, this review is doing almost twice as well as the last one in terms of views. It took me almost a week to get. Well, it took me 5 days to get to that many views last time, and so it's actually doing phenomenally well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this style of review, because I guess I'll use it again for the next episode, because this has been by far my best performing Picard review. Now, unfortunately, CBS, those M's and F'ers, they decided to copyright claim it today manually. Some schmuck marked it as having 13 seconds. 13 seconds of a video, which, you know, everybody says, well, if you use less than 15, you're okay. That's bullcrap. It's only for the bots are you okay. The manual people, they can strike it for 1 second. They could strike it for a still image if they wanted to. But they claimed I used 13 seconds, and that was a lie. When I played back that time, it was actually a 4-second clip, like 3 seconds of me, and a 6-second clip. So that was the 13 seconds. So it was 2 different clips, a 4-second and a 6-second clip, separated by a clip of me talking, and they took it as one 13-second clip. So I disputed it. Now, in their defense, last time I disputed one that had this type of mistake, they did release it, but it took them the full 30 days to release it. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to release this one or not. Once they released the first one, I also went ahead and I fought the one that had, it was the tribute to Rene Auberjonois, because I figured, come on, they got that one for like 20 seconds of video, and I'll be honest, I did use 20 seconds of video, but goddamn it, it was a tribute to Rene Auberjonois. You know, Odo. You would think they'd have a heart, but no, the cold, greedy hearts of CBS said, no, we're going to keep the copyright claim on your beautiful tribute to Rene Auberjonois. But they did let my Picard review for episode 4 go. So, we'll see what happens. Shronwar says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, defiler of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Awoo! Yes, Sassy. Awoo! Aw, sassy girl. Josh reads the Cinnabon, your bunnies could have food for months if you feed them the evil dictator of Karoga. That is fake news. Bunnies don't eat meat, although Strawberry did attack me in a dream. Rambling Canuck says, hello, Bird of Prey 5 and all. Hello, Rambling. Actor says, it's hot and it's hot there and it's hot here. Global warming confirmed. It might be. Josh Street says, Actor, why would you wait there unless you were waiting for a Bird of Prey 5 Shem male porn? Wow. I could pronounce that correctly, but I choose not to. Cinnabon is lolling. John Araki says, Qapla. Actor says, does that mean you're in the nude? No, Actor. I have a hospital gown on. I have the important parts are covered. Mr. Londell says, Qapla, Mr. Londell. Josh Reed says, Bird of Prey, if it's too hot where I am, it's close to 90 F. I understand that. In fact, my uncle just called. He's down in Merritt Island, Florida. He said it was hot down there, but it was only in the upper 80s, which means he's going to have a very bad summer if he thought the upper 80s was too hot. Actor says Josh Street, he's lived in Florida for a decade, so it's not a surprise, but I guess it's finally warming up down there. Actor says Josh Street, because for the algorithm, after a review, he used to use the channel. Yes, that is true. I will be using the Bird of Prey 5X channel more often for live streams, but I didn't today because I already had the review out. I already had the review out, like, I don't know, what's it been out? Oh my god, it's only Friday. The review's only been out like 14 hours. And it's tremendous. For me, again, for a channel my size, it's got a tremendous number of views. For a channel like Anti-Trekker, it's not doing so great. But for a channel my size, it's doing very, very good. And you know what? I probably should have used the Bird of Prey 5X channel today. I just wasn't thinking. Ms. Londell says, birds butt naked, hide the children. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, there was no sound since I had you muted. Well, that's not my fault. Sharon Morris says, worked from home today. It was great not to have to go out into the weirdness. Yeah, and in New York State, Governor Cuomo decided he's closing the state. We are in a state of lockdown. I always hated the term lockdown. Well, the lockdown starts Sunday night. The lockdown starts Sunday night. I always hated the term lockdown. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as a lockdown. And I don't think it was a term. I don't think it became a term until the late 90s, when they started wanting to train people to sit in their homes and to be afraid of things. Like they put schools on lockdown. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's not, I don't agree that lockdown is even a valid state. Yeah, when the shootings happened in the schools, they started calling lockdowns in schools, and then it spread. And then after the Boston bombing, they put the whole frickin' city on lockdown. And I was like, how the mighty have fallen. Boston used to be a very patriotic city. And if it was me living in Boston, I would have been outside defying the lockdown. Nobody's going to tell me I have to stay in my house. But it didn't happen. Very, very few people. Very few people stood up for themselves. And now I understand why they're doing the lockdown. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should go out and get yourself sick or spread the illness. I just don't like that that's what we're calling this. I mean, it's a quarantine. It's a quarantine or self-isolation. I don't like that we're calling it a lockdown and we're going to get it into a generation of people's heads. Oh, lockdowns are just normal. Lockdowns happen. Not Ryan Johnson is never on lockdown unless my wife gets in the way. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. And Not Ryan Johnson, he's been working from home all week. I just got a call from one of my friends. He's starting to work from home. Sis O'Prey has been working from home except for one day she went in. She's been working from home for quite a while. Number one sci-fi says Bird of Prey, Spot 2. How many times you Spot 2? I watched that Picard episode a minimum of 5 times. 5 full times through since it came on yesterday. So I guess I've seen Spot 2 5 times and then a 6th time to cut out the video of Spot 2. Mike Richards says CBS equal corporate bullcrap. Indeed. Actor says I work from home, but the clients won't be coming since the lockdown is in effect. So your clients come to your house, Hector, hey? So what work do you do that your clients come to your house? It seems very suspicious. Wesley Crushers is Bird of Prey. Qapla, I didn't see the live stream. Well, Wesley, you're here pretty early. It only started a couple minutes. Well, let's see, at 5:36. It probably only started 6 minutes before you got here. Schronmore says, I think the polite term you're looking for, Bird of Prey, is copywriting the Futhermuckers. That's true. The Futhermuckers. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, greetings, birds, turds, and alpacas. Greetings, Wes. John Street says, we need to set up a Bird of Prey versus CBS lawsuit fund. If I had the time and the money. That's always the problem. Agnew says, oh, the cheeky feckers. John Street says, hashtag free Aberjam, Sassy, and Mamo Prey. Mamo Prey's right here with Sassy. They are both fine. They don't need to be freed. Sassy's looking out the window. Yeah, they don't even want to leave now. She never wanted to leave, but now they especially don't want to go outside. Wesley, I was watching Birds Picard review. No notification. Damn, Wes, finish watching the review. It's more important. Wesley, I'm kidding. Wesley says, Dear Bop, Bop. Wow. 54.5 Axis Radio playing the latest hits from Mussolini, Hitler, and Hiroshito. Newsflash, Kurogan leader is both hot and naked. Wow. Wow. Arc Solid says, hello all. Hashtag F the fart, FJB Prickser. What? Oh, F the fat, FJB Prickster. Rock Solid, I have no idea what that refers to. Shromore says, cheeky fecker is a great Irish term. I can add a few more colorful Irish terms. Aye, laddie. Indie Tiger says hello from the DC area. Welcome, Indie Tiger. I hope you are staying indoors and safe. DJ Odyssey just donated $1. Cough, cough, cough. The Bird of Prey 5 flu. That's not a cough of the flu, DJ. DJ Odyssey, please let everybody wish DJ get well soon. Hope he is feeling better. If you follow DJ on Twitter, he had some health issues recently. I mean, he's had ongoing. I'm not talking his mental health issues. He had a physical health issue. Yeah, we don't worry about that. But the physical health issue, that concerned us. So we hope he is doing much, much better. And DJ, yes, Mamo Prey told you, you gotta stay healthy. Wesley's is Bird of Prey. It's snowing in Southern California. Global warming bunked. Do you mean debunked? Actors is Bird of Prey, or is bunked like enforcing it? If debunking is yeah. Bunked has to be the opposite of debunked. Actors is Bird of Prey. Why the female synths were using golden makeup, mostly only in the face, sometimes in one of the hands and forearm, and badly applied. Well, Hector, I think we both know that it's because it was Dr. Soong's son that was applying the makeup, and they were probably naked when he was applying the makeup, and he probably never, ever, ever finished applying the makeup before he finished with them. DJ says, Bird of Prey, just compare it to my channel. You are doing super. Aw, DJ, thank you. But, yeah. Everybody will get there. Everybody will get there. Well, I don't say everybody, but I have high faith that DJ, Cinnabon, Life with Matthew, Rambling, you guys, all the people I visit, I think you all have a pretty good thing going. It's going to take a little time. Some will get there quicker than others, but we're all going to get there. And DJ says, Illinois is locking down tomorrow. I saw, DJ. I hope all's okay. Wesley says, DJ, we love your channel. Who are you again? Actress says, we are in lockdown and we've won 100th the U.S. infections. Just neck to neck with Slovakia. DJ says he's a nobody. Shronemore says, greetings, DJ. Hope you are doing well. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, what's a lockdown? I've never seen one of those before. Yeah, well, it's apparently what we're living in. Mike Richards says, Bird of Prey, Ohio is not on lockdown yet, so we hit the grocery store. Well, to be fair, the lockdown will have an exception for going to groceries and pharmacies. DJ says, no, but I drugged myself into the stream. Well, DJ, I hope you do rest a little, even if you're watching the stream. Whatever you need to do, please don't push yourself too much, unless pushing yourself will make you feel better, in which case, push. Wesley says, DJ, you do drugs before you go on live stream. Well, technically, I do drugs every day, but it's just legal drugs that I have prescriptions for. Actor says, yeah, quarantine, you can go to the grocery stores and pharmacies. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they can stop us from doing that without having to figure out how they're going to deliver groceries and pharmaceuticals, which they're never ever going to do. So they can. Joseph donated €2 through Super Chat. If you are hot, you should get tested. My temperature is okay. My body temperature is fine. I'm just warm because of the air temperature in the house. But thank you, Joseph. DJ says, just prescripts, Wesley. Yes, just prescription medications. Actress is only with the police nagging you on the street. Well, I mean, saying I'm going to get food, get out of my way. Roxanne says, the fat thugger in the state house here in Illinois. Oh. Announced the stay-at-home order today. Here's the thing. If you need to stay at home, why wait 24 hours to enact it? I'm so pissed. Well, this way people who don't want to stay at home can go do what they have to do before they have to stay at home. Wesley says, I can go out anytime I like, never, but I still have to go to work. Well, Wes, if you're in California, unless you're a essential employee, I don't think you do. Maybe you're essential, in which case, congratulations. Ms. Londell says lockdown is not a state. It is, however, a former principality of Karoga. It's now a free republic and is developing close geopolitical ties with the principality of Slabovile. I'm not so sure about that, Ms. Londell. Wesley says, DJ, yeah, he's not judging. Actor is a gigolo, says DJ. Yeah, and a gigolo that hosts at his own home. So that's quite an impressive gigolo. Number one sci-fi says, Bird of Prey, we all want more Spot 2. Indeed. And Cinnabon says, Minnesota governor gave the stay-at-home order today, too. Wow. Josh Reed says, hashtag, Dear Game Night or Dear MFK. Well, we're going to do Dear Bops, and we'll see what happens after Dear Bops. Abadim says, McClunky, how'd you get that jar up your nose, Bubblegum Joe? The jar is not up my nose. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, it's been so rainy and snowy on the mountains. Gonna be a cold spring this year. Well, you have plenty of water, Wes. Plenty of water to come down the streams. Alexander Brooks says, hello, welcome, Alexander. Wesley, Bird of Prey, don't worry. My phone is watching all of your boring Picard reviews. Wow. I'm on my PC. My phone hit the like button for me. Wow, that's very considerate of your phone. Agnes says, DJ Gigolo is still more dignified than furry. Absolutely. Although a furry gigolo is not so bad. Roxanne says, Illinois has a population of 13 million. There are 580 cases and a whooping 5 deaths. J. Bree Prixer is the fat thugger in the Illinois State House. Well, Roxanne, how many deaths do you need? Indy Tigers is the get well to DJ. Indeed. Jock Street says, Bird of Prey, DJ gave Sissel Prey the furry flu. I don't think so. Yosef, not a single notification today. What is wrong with YouTube? YouTube is falling apart. I think that people are working from home. They're not doing their maintenance. They're not sending emails. I got some notifications today. I got from Doomcock and Nerdrotic, I think. I got from Doomcock. I don't know if I got from Nerdrotic. Mama Pray got the notification. Oh, that's good. I mean, certainly people got it because people showed up when I started, but it's just not everyone. Wesley says, DJ, are you okay? Try wearing a peacock costume and drink a lot to feel better. Number one sci-fi says, DJ, get well soon so you can wear the Spot 2 costume. And Cinnabon tells DJ to feel better. Aberjam says, so Bird, which new warrior do you aspire to be? Safe Space or Snowflake? I will pass. Thank you very much. I thought that was a joke. I honestly, when Nerdrotic first reported that, I thought he was being trolled or this was like an early April Fool's joke or something. It's ridiculous. I can't believe they're actually launching it. DJ says Sci-Fi Nation has to send it, Wes. He has to send the peacock suit. Peacock! Josh Street says, DJ, go lay down and just listen to Bird until you fall asleep. Yes, everybody just lay down and listen till you fall asleep. Actor says, Bird of Prey, only 120 subs to the big 2,000 party. Actor, here's the problem. I've been at 1,800 subs, 1,880, about for the last 2 weeks. I made it to 1880, 1860, 1850, 1860, 1870. And then just as I hit 1880, I dropped back down to 1875. I made it to as high as like 1884. And then the next day I was back down to 1876. And then this happened at least 5 times now that I've been past 1880. And then the next day it drops back down to the 1870s. This is like, I don't know, YouTube has peaked me out for whatever reason. They unsubscribe a few people every time a few more people subscribe. I don't know what the deal is, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, going on when Picard first started, the first few weeks, I was getting a ton of subscribers. This now I'm getting less. I'd hoped that with Picard it would get me to 2,000, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen unless the final episode is some giant thing that everybody's interested in. But you know what? I'm happy for every single one. And hell, if we can stay at the 1880s, I'll be quite happy. Cinnabon says, but DJ, if you don't make it, I claim your subs. Wow. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, son of a bitch. I meant debunked. That's what I figured. Global warming is clearly false. It's getting cooler, and the air is getting cleaner on Sundays. Only on Sundays, Wes? DJ says, sure, to Cinnabon. Sci-Fi says, greetings, Bird of Prey. Mama Pray, Sassio Pray, and fellow nerds. At least here in Michigan, our governor is not even considering self-sheltering or lockdown orders and was confirmed by the state police. Very cool, Sci-Fi Nation. And Sci-Fi Nation, by the way, I know you asked me on Twitter at some point to talk about YouTube stuff and video stuff, and I'm so sorry. We haven't figured out a time yet. If you are still interested, if you still have those questions, let me know. We will set up a time. I was looking over my Twitter. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about you, Sci-Fi. I'm so sorry. It's been hectic. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, watching 2 bird videos at once is hurting my head. Oh, Wes, I do not suggest anybody ever watch 2 bird videos at once. It's just too much awesome. There's such a thing as too much awesome. Even though you have 2 eyes, your brain can only handle so much awesome. So it is possible to overload. And there was Yosef Super Chat. Thank you, Yosef. Even though you're telling me to get tested. DJ says hi to Yosef. Where Joseph says, hey, DJ, came late. Do I understand that you are not well? Get well soon. Yes. Roxanne says, Bird of Prey, I'd like to cancel my trial of the United Socialist States of America and return to the regular old USA instead. It was much better. Well, Rock Solid, to cancel your trial, you're going to have to move out of Illinois. Maybe to Idaho or something. Josh Street says, Mama Pray, Bird has a temp. Time to throw Bird out of the house for your own safety.
No, you don't have a temperature.
No, I don't have a temperature. Albert Jim says, there's a test for being hot. Dax aced that one, indeed. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, yes, I'm considered essential to die first retail worker. Wow. Wesley says, Dear Bop. Yeah, we're going to get to Dear Bop. DJ is already in quarantine at home. Hector says, is it essential shop like GameStop? Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, I promise I will not do any Dear Bops today. It's your choice, Rock Solid. If you need assistance, if you need help, you can certainly do a Dear Bop. Joseph says, it is sad. With the restrictions and lockdown, there are no changes for me. I've been living in quarantine for years now. Yeah, it's the same thing here. Wesley says, what's a Steam? A stream? Did I say Steam? Roxanne says, Hector, they are claiming they are essential. Wesley, Bird of Prey, Dear Bop, it's constitutional right to be outside when we want. Is it a constitutional right to be outside when we want? Well, not particularly, but it is a constitutional right to peacefully assemble. So, I mean, it's very hard to assemble indoors. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, this live stream won't even show up on my phone. Well, I've heard YouTube YouTube has not been promoting live streams as much because they, I'd guess that this live stream is demonetized. And once they demonetize it, they basically stop promoting it. Let's see. Well, it's according to YouTube, it is still monetized right now. So I don't know why, but they mentioned in their message to creators that because people are not in the office, they're going to have a hard time reviewing videos, and that could affect search and discovery. Not Star Trek, but YouTube. Actor says, Rock Solid Productions, the laugh is part of the remark. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, I need a lot more deaths to justify, he just said he needs a lot more deaths to justify the overreacting by the general public than what we're saying. What's going on now? Imagine if it was a real epidemic. I'd argue it could be a real epidemic, and it's not worse because of what's being done, but I get it. It does seem extreme, but it is extreme. It seems extreme because it is extreme. Rock Solid says, Actor, you should check out Camelot 331. I guess the question is, Rock Solid, are you prepared to live in a world where there are literally bodies outside of hospitals because there's not enough beds inside and people are just dying outside waiting to get in? How far away of a world? What would you do to protect yourself from seeing that sight? Because that's what we're trying to avoid. If we did not have these in place, it is quite possible that, frankly, like Italy, there would be people dying in the street before they could get in to see doctors. So if you want to risk that becomes like, and God forbid, you just have, I mean, when people are dying in the street of coronavirus because they can't get in the hospital, that also means that the poor schmuck who has a heart attack, and, you know, if it was not coronavirus, they'd be able to go in the hospital, get a shot, and be back on their feet in a day or two. They're going to just die. They're going to just die because if nobody can get in the hospital, it's not just coronavirus people, it's everybody that's effed. So how close are you willing to get to risking that scenario? Because with the way the numbers are, we could be in for that scenario if we had done nothing. We could be in for that scenario anyway. But just imagine it would be all that much worse if we did nothing. At least that's how I justify it to myself. Rock Solid says, Actor, you should check out Camel. I read that. Wesley says, Rock Solid. He mostly agrees with him. Rock Solid says, just look at the flowers. Speaking of flowers, let's look at the flowers. Although it's not actually a flower. Ah, son of a bitch. God damn it. We gotta get the opera again. Okay, that is my water lily magnolia tree from earlier today. It's a beautiful tree. It only blooms for like 2 weeks. And I'd say today, considering today was a 70-something degree day, and it's going to go down to the 50s and even 40s for the foreseeable future. This may well be the nicest day we'll ever see of this tree this year. But on some years where the tree is in full bloom for 2 straight weeks, and it's even thicker and fuller, I get people stopping in front of the house to take pictures with the tree. People take pictures under the tree. They're taking selfies. They're taking pictures with the tree and sending them to family members. People were asking me, oh, what type of tree is this? It's beautiful. I had to look it up. It's a water lily magnolia tree. Now, in 2 or 3 weeks, all these white leaves will be gone. They'll just be stuck on the grass, and plain green leaves will fill in for the rest of the summer. It'll just be kind of a boring green tree. But it's a beautiful tree right now and for the next couple weeks. But it started a little early because we got a warm day, couple of warm days about a week back, and then today is warm. But that's going to be it, and it's going to go back to, we're going to have severe weather tonight, thunderstorms, rain, wind. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a better picture of this tree than we got right now. Although if we get one, I'll let you guys know. It smells beautiful too. If you get outside, you get a chance to smell one of these branches. It's quite good. So there we go. There were flowers in today's stream, huh? It's a tree, but it's still flowers. Actor says, Bird of Prey, maybe a stream of Sassy can get you 3,000 to 5,000 subs. It probably could. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, I think 1 out of 3 subbers get scared by you. Well, that's not too bad. Aberdream says, listening to Bird doesn't send me to sleep. It gives me psychotropic hallucinations. Interesting. And that's where you get your inspiration for the great songs like Hiroga the Brave. Actor says, Bird of Prey, any new show that can help with the sub count. Westworld seems to be doing poorly. It does. Honestly, I don't know of any upcoming shows. Star Trek is the biggest thing. Orville's pretty big. I mean, Avenue 5 was a flop. Or Westworld, nobody gives it. Even me. I loved Westworld Season 1. I hated Westworld Season 2. And then Season 3 started. I was like, I don't even care. I haven't even watched it. Homeland is going on. I might do a special live. Probably going to do a live watch of the final episode of Homeland in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't know how many weeks we have left. Either 1, 2, 3 weeks, something like that. But we'll do a live watch of the final episode of Homeland. So that's going to be an upcoming Sunday night. That will be probably a one-time, it's only going to be a one-time event. I don't know how much it'll help with the sub count, but I mean, I didn't feel like reviewing every Homeland episode. We'll see, Aberjam. I'm going to do, once Picard ends, I'm going to do more Star Trek videos, looking back at Deep Space Nine and other series. So I got to keep the content coming out. But it gives me a little bit more flexibility. I also believe strongly that by the end of Star Trek Picard next week, they will announce when either Lower Decks or Discovery is going to be starting. And I suspect that it's not going to be too long. I think they want to have something airing within a month, because I don't think they want anybody canceling their subscription at the end of Picard, which is exactly what I'd do if there was no Star Trek coming in the foreseeable future. I'd just cancel my CBS All Access. Also, Twilight Zone Season 2, whenever they decide to come out with that I will also review. Because the Twilight Zone Season 1 reviews did really good for this channel last year. So and don't get me wrong, Twilight Zone sucks ass. Season 1 was horrible. There was one halfway decent episode out of 10. And then the other 10, one was just worse than the next. And then the final episode was such a terrible disgrace. They literally brought Ron Sterling back from the grave and defaced his corpse in the final episode of Season 1 of The Twilight Zone. So I'm sure Season 2 will be even worse. So it's not going to be fun. It's just going to be rip this show apart type review. So Richie Poole says, hello, Bird of Prey. Hello, Richie Poole. Qapla. Okay, I went off on a tangent. I'm a little behind. Jerome was his Bird of Prey. I had a similar thing happen getting to 4K. I was moving up quick to reach 4K, then stalled at 3980 for almost 2 weeks. Yeah. This is, of course, everything is getting cleaner. The planet is on lockdown. Wesley's his Bird of Prey. I'll be downtown LA workers staying home. The smog, you mean? The smug will be a lot better. Everyone should work from home. Wes says, is it Dear Bop time? No, Wes. Not till I get to the end of the comments. Abajim says, with the amount of tinned beans flying off the shelves, I doubt the smog will improve. Number one sci-fi says, throw mama from the train. No, don't throw mama from the train. Actor says, Joseph, except in China, they are lifting the travel bans and getting back to work. They are in a hurry to continue their global domination plans. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop. Rock Solid says, I mean any MFK Dear Bops. I won't do any. I'll thank you. Joseph says, Hector, from what he read today, they cheated on all the cured people, so soon it will be back. Reams says, Bird of Prey, is it letter day? Well, we're doing Dear Bop a little bit later, Reams, if that's the question. For those who don't know, your first time here or something, in Dear Bop, I answer people's questions for advice and help. You can enter a Dear Bop by going to birdofprey5.com, going to the Dear Bop link, and it will take you to a page where you can enter any question you have. And me, a certified life expert from the Kuroga Department of Certifications, will do my best to answer your question or concern or whatever it might be on any topic under the sun. Excuse me. That's not the virus. On any topic under the sun and some over the sun. So birdofprey5.com, Dear Bop. Oh, and it's totally anonymous. So if you have any questions, get them in now. Aberjam says freedom of assembly implies freedom of movement, since I can't assemble without moving. Well, Aberjam, if I have the right to movement, then the government should provide people to move me around, because I can't move much. John Street is lolling at Rock Solid. Why are you afraid you might get some of the ones you got last time? Joseph says, let's assemble some Legos. Oh, I'd be doing Legos if I had more room to put them once they were done. Mike Richards says, Bird of Prey, the notification came right on time here. Well, thank you, Mike Richards. And Reams says, Bird of Prey, those letters are funny. Yes, we're still doing Dear Bops. John Street says, Reams, Bird is going to do Dear Bop when he catches up with the chat. Absolutely. Wesley says, this whole thing is Turkestan and China's fault. It's half right. Aberjam says, Reams, Bird of Prey, Dear Bop is coming. Roxanne says, Bird of Prey, I reject that notion. If we don't overreact, we'd have people dying in the streets. Dude, fire up StreamYards. Easier to talk than type. I can't change this to a StreamYard stream without ending it, Rock Solid. But we could talk about it next time. Maybe tomorrow I'll do StreamYard. I like my Bird of Prey, but Italy's having such issues because it's the highest average age of any European nation. It's not having worse ratios by demographics of any other place. Okay. I mean, we'll see. John Street says, if you want to put Dear Bop, go to birdprey5.com and go to Dear Bop. Advice from, yes, thank you, John Street. Fox says, Bird of Prey, if we're still in single digits mortality rate, there is no reason, none, to be taking these steps. Reem says, thanks everyone, I'm ready for a good laugh. Actor says, rock solid, 5% of 300 million is still 15 million dead. Miss Londell says, rock solid tends to give us reasons why libertarians should never be given any political power. Wesley the Bird of Prey, you should take the Jeep truck out for a joyride. Well, I don't have a Jeep anymore. Aberjam puts in the link to write in Dear Bops. Andrew says, imagine a vaccine or a cure is known in a couple months. You can save millions if you slow the spread until then. I think what Roxanne is going to say, but those people are going to die anyway of something else. And I understand that. I do understand that line of thinking. It's just, it would destroy this country if we got to the point people are dying outside hospital. Not just one. Dozens of people are in bodies or laying in the streets because they can't get into a hospital. Roxanne says, Miss Lindell, sorry, I believe in personal responsibility. I'm willing to go into my office to work during this. I have a closed office. I come in contact with 0 people a day. But then, rock solid, you're going to go and buy toilet paper at some point, right? You're going to run out of toilet paper, or you're going to run out of eggs, or you're going to run out of milk, or you're going to run out of something, and you're going to go to the grocery store and you're going to buy something. And there at the grocery store, the poor schmuck behind you in line, who might be 70 years old, and have a breathing issue, he's got to buy food too. And now, even though you might not come down with any symptoms, you pass it on to him. That's the problem. Whereas if you stay home and you don't go around other people, then you have less risk of passing it on to somebody else. The DJ is going back to bed. Have fun all. Have a good rest, DJ Odyssey. Actor says to take care. Cinnabon says have a good day, DJ. Rock says Miss Lindell grooves movies, but my civil liberties are being violated because of this bullcrap. And yes, it is a violation of civil liberties. I agree, rock solid. Actor says don't use costumes made out of real animals next time. Rock solid says we love you, DJ. Wesley says rock solid, I will trade you. I have to go to work and be in contact with 100 people or more. Aberjam says, Kuroga the Brave was written after I ate a bad jar of pickles. Wow. Number one side, but we shouldn't eat turd pickles, Aberjam. I told you they're not really pickles. Don't eat any pickle with Anti-Trekker's avatar on it. That is sound advice for anyone. Number one sci-fi says, Bird of Prey, what kind of truck do you have? Well, I mean, it's a Chevy Avalanche. It's a 2004 Chevy Avalanche. It was Dad O'Prey's truck before he passed away, and it became mine. Mr. Londell says, rock solid, then go ahead and do what the hell you want to do. Don't complain when you get sick. Well, I don't think he'd complain, but the problem is it's not him getting sick, it's everybody else that he exposes along the way. Wesley says, Aberjam, eat more pickles then, or old spam. Actor says he just confused me with Aberjam. Did I? Did I accidentally confuse you with Aberjam? I'm sorry, Actor. Roxanne says, Wesley, I just want the choice. Remember, all these people say eliminating the cluster of cells is a choice, but I want to take away my choice. Oh, cluster of cells. I gotcha. Roxanne says, Miss Lundell, I won't. Do you want to hear a COVID ID 19 joke? Never mind. You probably won't get it. Har, har, har. Number one, Sci-Fi says, Aberjam, any update on I Daxed Myself, the song? Wesley says, Roxanne, I get you. I really do. I should be able to get to go to stores still. The CV kid, the coronavirus kid, says, Bird of Prey, he said he has a little behind. Wow. Ms. Lundell says, Roxanne, I don't want to hear one. I'm not into tasteless comedy. Well, you already heard it, Miss Lundell. Wesley says, the CV kid, you are making people go crazy. Josh Reed says, Bird is lost to a Bird of Prey rant. We'll never get to Dear Bob. The CV Kids is another week or two, and he'll be unemployed. Rock Solid says, Miss Lundell, Groovy's movies, the joke was there. You won't get, yes. And Josh Street puts in the link to Dear Bob. The CV Kids is at least Bird gets good copies of new movies faster. Too bad all the movies suck. Yeah, Malpray told me that all the movies are coming out, and look, they all suck. I don't think there's any movie I want to watch. Frozen 2? I don't think so. CV Kids says it's the virus, Bird. I know. Aberjam says Josh Street, it takes away an hour or so to get to Dear Bob. Agnes says The Invisible Man has good reviews. CV. Oh, well, it's supposed to be okay. I don't know. I'll look into it. I didn't hear anything about it particularly good. I didn't hear anything about it either way. Roxanne says, Wesley, if you have all the information, you feel like you want to take the risk, why should anyone limit your liberty like that? Well, like I explained, it's because it's not just you. Every time you go out, if you could go to work and stop doing anything else, going shopping, and going to public places, taking mass transit, or whatever else you might do, then yeah, I would say you probably have that right. But since you're not, or impossible to do that, I understand it. It's a very tough balancing act. Oh, Agnes says, but Bird doesn't like scary movies. I absolutely do not like scary movies. If it's a scary movie, then that's absolutely why I didn't even look at it. Aberjam says, number one, not doing any songs right now. He has a sore throat. Oh, Aberjam. Sorry to hear. Number one, Sci-Fi is Bird of Prey. I want to see the Invisible Man movie, but I cannot see it anyway. I know. I get it. Joseph says, tomorrow is Back to the Future Saturday. Is the poll up? I'm sure Back to the Future is still winning. We will replace the poll. We will replace the poll tomorrow. Let's see. YouTube, birdoprey5.com. Let's bring up the poll. And, wrong browser. Okay, let me just look at it. 51%. A super majority on 41 votes. Not a super majority, a majority. 41 votes, 51% is for Back to the Future 2. 17% for Blazing Saddles. And 17% for Judge Dredd. Captain Ron is the lowest at 5%. And National Lampoon Vacation was at 10%. So, Back to the Future 2 is our Joe Biden for next week. Tomorrow is Back to the Future 1. And so next week, for tomorrow, I'll do the poll for the following week. And I assume we'll probably have Back to the Future 3. But we'll see what the poll says. Andreas T says, Dear Bop, Soon, Andreas. The CV kid has lost so much money in his 401k, the suicide rate is going to skyrocket. Actually, that is something they need to consider. The mental health issue of all this. People are going to be killing themselves. Hopefully not over things as trivial as their 401ks. But, I mean, just not being social. Listen, I bought a house, okay? I did not like the idea of living in a tiny apartment. It never appealed to me. And I knew from, the time I could talk that when I grew up, I wanted to live in a house. I hoped it would have more land around it. But I have a house. It's got a front yard. It's got a backyard. I can't use it, but it's there. It's got sides. It's got a driveway. And it's freestanding. And nobody else breathes in the air I breathe in. It goes outside, and it's all good. Now, however, many of my contemporaries, they decided to live in Manhattan, or in hell, Sissopre is in Queens. And they have relatively tiny apartments in very crowded buildings using air systems that frankly probably travel between apartments, and if not the air, then just to go in and out of the building, you've got to use elevators, you got to use stairways, you got to use hallways that all types of people use. I mean, I did live in an apartment for a few years before I got my house, but I feel really bad. I feel really bad to a point. I had a pain in my tooth. I feel really bad for... Wow, my tooth started aching. I feel really bad for the people who live in small apartments in New York City who chose to live there figuring out they only have to live there to sleep. But now they have to live there. They can go outside and walk around, but now they're not going to work. And it's tough. It's tough. So, I feel bad for them to a point. I mean, they all had the choice. That's what they decided to live. They wanted to live in the city. They wanted to be near around 100 million people. 10 million people. They wanted to live in sardine cans and not have full-size apartments, not have full-size kitchens. That was their choice. And now, when something like this happens, it totally sucks. I get it. I feel bad. Wesley says, rock solid. I did get your point. I'm not worried about myself, but my parents. If they get the virus, they will. My father has bad lungs. I am sorry. Number one, sci-fi is Aberdeen. I hope you don't have the virus. Neither do I. also hope that. Richie Pools says, don't listen to Rock Solid. He doesn't like TOS. Well, Rock Solid is Bird of Prey. I don't think we're going to have mass deaths. We're certainly not going to have extinction, Rock Solid. But understand, I don't know how it is in Illinois, but in New York City, and the hospital I go to, which is even out on Long Island, on any given Tuesday, a random day of the week, the hospital is probably 99% capacity. I've waited in the emergency room more than 24 hours for a bed to open up. I'd been admitted, but there was literally no beds. So they had me waiting on a gurney, a tiny gurney in the hallway of the emergency room as people were running past me, back and forth, and moving sick people. There were no beds. And that's just on a given Tuesday without a virus or without any pandemic going on. So what happens when 100 new people go to that hospital because of this? There's not even going to be room in hallways. There's not even going to be room in hallways. So what happens? Well, then that hospital tells, okay, ambulance, stop coming here because we can't accept anybody new. But then the same thing happens. Oh, shit. What was that?
What?
I don't know. I hope it was a shadow. It was either a shadow or a fast-moving bug. Oh, boy.
Oh,
So, yeah. So, if they're in the hospital, you know what, guys? Let me use the vacuum. I'll be right back. Joloja. We're gonna put on a commercial.
It's a corner of America with cozy harbor towns. It's salty air, wicker chairs, and a surf that pounds. The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit of the red, white, and blue. The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit that we want to share with you.
For your free Massachusetts vacation kit, call 1-800-624-MASS.
Wow, scrambled egg muffin, hash potato, hot cake, wow! Hurry, 大変だ。ここかな、こっちか、よし、ここだ。あれ？もう、おいしい笑顔、マクドナルド。みんなもおいでよ。
Ronald McDonald in Dreamy Breakfast.
this morning it seems Ronald's having a dream.
Time for breakfast, Bertie.
Oh, boy, hotcakes.
Hoppin' McHotcakes. After 'em, Bertie.
You betcha.
What? Whoops. Gotcha.
Not you. Ronald,
Time for breakfast with a friend.
Wow. Yummy hotcake syrup and butter.
plus juice and milk.
Breakfast,
A dream come true.
McDonald and you.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. It's the real. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. A hope, a dream, a Saturday night, a great new day. It's reaching new heights. Cooking is just how you feel when you know it's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke you dip. I'd like to teach the world how you feel in perfect harmony. For real, it's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke is it.
And we're back. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. CV Kids says maybe the virus will mutate and we'll get to live The Walking Dead. We are close. I don't think we're that close. Mr. Lodell says rock solid. You're the joke. Wow. I don't think I want to read that. Listen, people have different opinions. I get where Rock Solid is coming from. And I get where the news, oh God. I get where the news and the government is coming from. Huh. Oh, that sucks. That sucks big time. I gotta look at my tooth. I gotta. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my tooth. Goddamn dentist was here not that long ago. He gave me a clean bill of health. I hope it's not an exposed nerve. Anyway, I see where everybody's coming from. And, it's sad. It's sad. Rocks out this bird prey, whether I'm going to be isolated or not, I still need to go shopping. If I don't have the virus, how in hell am I going to spread something I don't have? But if you do have it, you won't know for 2 or 3 weeks. And you're still contagious. You're still contagious before you have symptoms. And I'm sorry, I'm putting my tongue over my tooth. What's today? Friday. Rockstars is Wesley. Oh, yeah, I'm just reading the Bird of Prey 5s. Rockstars is Wesley, Miss Lundell, Bird of Prey. Why is this reaction perfectly fine, but SARS N1 swine flu was... I don't think it spread more easily, Rock Solid. I think it was only deadlier because it had, we're comparing the son of a bitch. We're comparing the full death toll till it ended. This has just barely begun. Okay, this has barely begun. We're comparing a death toll to something that's 3-4 weeks in for the United States that's going to go on for another 2 or 3 months. And the death toll is going to get exponentially bigger. That's the problem. And listen, Roxanne, if you turn out to be right, I'll be very happy. If we don't get anywhere near those numbers, and this was all for naught, then we're going to have to reevaluate what we listen to, who we listen to. And, but I'd err on the side of caution. I'd have to err on the side of caution, man. I do hope you're right. CV Kids, as you're playing games, right now, I'm not even sure I'm finishing this stream. I've got an issue. Wesley Bird Prey Back to the Future is now our Joe Biden. So you're going to fall asleep during the movie? Hopefully. Hopefully not. The Fonda Ream says, I heard COVID is not airborne. Well, I heard it is. Wesley Bird of Prey, you need a root canal. I might. I never had one before. But I never had this happen either. CV Kids says, no dentist around the apocalypse to remove the tooth. Maybe a nice ice skate like Castaway. I want Sci-Fi says, Bird of Prey, have Mount Prey yank out your tooth. Out. No. No. Maybe Sassy can remove the tooth. Wesley's Bird of Prey, it was a shadow or a fast bug. I know. That's worrying me too. Shermore's Bird of Prey, in my local hospital, there were days when it's 8 or 9 hours just to be seen. That is before getting treated. Oh, yeah, I getcha. I understand. I've been there. The CV Kids is China's to blame. They should be held. How do you hold them responsible? It's not that they wanted this to get out. Wesley says, after the Pancakes Bride. Birdie. I don't know. Dear Bop time. Soon. Okay. Jeff Franklin says, greetings in Qapla. Greetings in Qapla, Jeff Franklin. Wesley Bird of Prey, I have stock pill Oragel tooth egg gel. Want some? I do. Yeah. And we don't seem to have any Oragel in the house. I always used to keep some as an all-purpose. I never needed to use it on my teeth, but it was an all-purpose, whatchamacallit.
I threw some out about 2 months
ago. Yeah, Mom will probably threw it out.
Because it was expired by years.
Yeah, it was years expired, but better than nothing. No. But let's see if Amazon has any.
Well, that's not going to help right now. Was it Instacart?
Instacart? You're going to send them just for Oragel? Aberdeen's Bird of Prey, go back and read my comments that weren't addressed. No. Jeff Frank, Bird of Prey, the death rate percentage per 100,000 people, not the total number for this, is 30 times less than influenza was in 2017. Jeff, I disagree. I think you have bad info. Because those cases that are outstanding haven't finished. We don't know how many of those people are going to die yet. Okay? The cases we have, we're not seeing completed cases. We're seeing ongoing cases. Rock says bird of prey. No, at this point, other diseases have spread much faster and had a higher mortality rate. The sky is falling. We're screwing our future, and we're going to have a major depression. Rock solid. I find that extremely hard to believe. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I find that extremely hard to believe. Why would even the president go along with that if that was true? Rambling Canucks is bird of prey. Okay, may not be a popular question. By on episode 5 of season 1 of the Orville, please tell me it gets better. Rambling, I think... My God. I thought episodes 3 was great. 4 and 5, I certainly would say were good. If you don't like it by the time you get to Majority Rule, I'd say it's probably never gonna. It's not gonna help you. Give it to Majority Rule. If you don't like it by Majority Rule, I don't know what to tell you. Joseph Birdprey, if you're not comfortable, finish the stream. Root canal is not horrible. Don't worry. Thank you.
Yeah,
But except it's horrible if I can't have it done because nobody can come to my house to do it. And hell, even the first dentist I had here didn't seem to like the idea of doing a root canal in the house. Rock says, mark my words, you're going to see 20-30% employment. We're dooming our futures. Well, doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. Rock says, is it going to get drilled in the mouth? Bird of prey is going to get drilled in the mouth, confirmed. Piano Dean says, bird of prey, Antitrade is going to host me playing and singing song requests sometime tomorrow on his channel. I would love for anyone who can tune in and let me play a song for you. Oh, very cool, Piano Dean. But I'm assuming... Oh, son of a bitch. I'm assuming... What are you going to do? What's that called? Public domain? Because, I mean, if you try to sing a Sinatra song, they're going to bust them. Jeff Franklin says, bird of prey, maybe ask somebody who has stockpile TP if you can have some. I have plenty of TP. I have plenty of TP. Wesley, bird of prey, I had a root canal in early February. It can be bad. Wesley, you son of a bitch! Don't tell me it can be bad after somebody told me it's not too bad.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, Wes. I was serious, but I get it. Thank you for the warning. I prefer people just tell me it's not going to be too bad if that's what we got to do. I don't understand how it gets this bad this quickly, though. Okay, let's try some Dear Bops. No, I gotta kill the camera. And I'm gonna have to. Jeff says I didn't read your whole comment about the TP. I'm sorry, Jeff. I can't go back up. If you want to retype it, I will reread it. Jeff, I'm not ignoring you. I just read it. So if you want to retype it, I will read it. I apologize if I missed the whole thing. I'm kind of in a little bit of pain here. Okay, I'm trying to bring up the Dear Bops. What do we got here? Where's the Dear Bops? Oh, where's all this shit? You okay, Mom?
No, I just X'd out.
Son of a bitch. Webmail, Bird of Prey 5, okay. Dear Bot, password, logging in. Holy crap, 32 Dear Bots.
Oh, forget this shit. Next delivery Wednesday, March.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Rock Solids is Bird of Prey. When you are forcing Rock says, Bird Prey, when you're forcing bus staff, waiters, non-essential retailers all out of work, it's going to take time for that to come back. Jeff Franklin's Bird Prey, maybe ask someone that has a stockpile of TP if you can have some. I'm sure the TP can help you with your tooth. Jeff Franklin, I could have sworn I read that already. I don't see how TP can help me with my tooth. And I already have a good supply of TP. Ed Big Beard says, Bird of Prey, I have a hammer and chisel. I can do a root canal. Give me about 12 hours to get there. It will only cost one full-size gold bar, a bar of gold pressed latinum. Joe Powell Lau says, Hail Bird, hail chat. Joseph says, Bird of Prey had to actually expected the hell, and it was not that bad. And it comes from somebody who had panic attacks from dentists 15 years ago. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Yeah, CV Kid, this the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Jeff Franklin says TP solves everything. It's why it's always sold out. Is that why? Okay, so I got opera working. There we go. There we go. Okay. Wesley only wrote 15 of those, maybe less. Actor says the worst that can happen is the later they have to extract the tooth molar. Oh, this is a molar. This is a molar. Okay, these we did already. Son of a bitch. These we did. Okay. Archive. Now, and there's more to put into the archive. Why aren't these going into the archive? Son of a bitch. Message 1 to 46 of 46. Okay, I have to do them in smaller groups? Apparently. Okay. MFK, Tapal Enterprise, Tapa TOS Talar. Okay, well this is not MFK. So I'm not even going to look that up. I do thank you guys for last time when Anti-Tracker and Ensign Ricky and Captain Foley were here. But, yeah. Hemp oil capsules. Okay, that is just spam. Dear Bob, I'm having some financial trouble. Recently came upon a large sum of money. I do not want to get into the details because I do not really focus on my trouble. In fact, you might be thinking, oh, you came into some money. Give me some for those troubles. In a way, you'd be partially correct. Maybe it's not so much of a trouble as it's an indecision. I want more money. A friend of mine presented me with two very different but very similar business opportunities. The first would be directed and financially would... It's 6:48 p.m. The first would be directed financially would some might call a child labor camp. I'd prefer to call it an institution, though, as that might be legal somewhere. The second option I was given would be indirectly finance the child labor institution. They will both make money. One will earn some while the other will earn a lot. I think you can figure out which one I will do which. I want your advice. Which of these do you think I should go with? Is it something to... It's going to be one of them. I don't do very well with the thinking. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a dilemma or spending all of the money on scratchers. Oh, go with the scratchers. The scratchers actually provide a better return. People think that child labor is this, it's money-making business, like you print your own money when you have child labor. Let me tell you, that's not true. Children are expensive as heck. And especially if you don't just toss them out, when they get sick. If you even want to provide them some basic medical care, it costs a lot. They rarely pull their own weight. They're not like ants. Ants ants can carry 50 times their body weight. Children rarely can carry double their body weight. So, I'd say if you don't have experience in the child labor market, just go with the scratch-off lottery tickets. It's the best bet. It's the best bet. Agnes says, well, the worst would be an infection, but not with good antibiotics. Jabbing Bird of Prey, there's a hidden agenda in this coronavirus, fake virus. I know people are saying that. I'm one to usually believe such things, but I just don't see what it would be. Tubian says, Bird of Prey, I think someone's trolling. Yes. Wesley, Bird of Prey, are you mad at us? Sorry if we have... No, Wesley, I'm not mad at you guys. I'm not mad at you guys at all. I'm sorry my tooth is got hurting. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through these Dear Bops. And Dear Bop, I mean, yes, we do fun things in Dear Bops, but and yes, last week it was not last week, whatever it was, a couple days ago, it was fun to do the MFKs with Anti-Tracker and whatnot. But I don't want Dear Bop to turn into MFK, so I'm going to tell you now, if I see MFKs in Dear Bop, I'm just skipping them. For the time being, especially when we have so many others. If we didn't have enough to go through, it'd be different. But I'm not even sure I'm going to get through all of these right now. CBD oil, again, spam. Deleting that. Dear Bop, the PVC pipe of synthetic overlords. Son of a bitch. I don't see a question. The PVC pipe of synthetic overlords. I don't know if I'd call it that. I do like the original name, the PVC pipe of knowledge. Thanks to Ryan Lands on Anti-Tracker's channel. I'm going to stick with that. Synthetic overlords, I disagree. Because they're not overlords, are they? They're just the threat of being... They're not overlords. If anything, they'd just be mass murderers. It's one thing to kill. It's a whole nother thing to actually rule a people. It's much harder. Dear Bops are an infection, says Wesley. Jeff Frank, Bird of Prey, my theory is that the powers that will want us to get used to socialism. But this isn't socialism. This isn't socialism. Dear Bob, can I go out and play? It looks so warm and sunny out, but I'm told to stay inside. I'm sad. Please tell me why everyone is staying inside. Will you come out and play? Thank you, the Turtistani kid, not an orphan. Would you like to be an orphan, Turtistani kid? Just come to Kuroga. We can set you up. People are staying inside because they're being told to, because of a potential virus. Now, actually going outside and walking around, so long as you a few feet away from people, 6-8 feet away from people, it's probably perfectly fine. But you don't want to be in crowds. You don't want to be on mass transit. You don't want to be breathing the same air as people, if you can help it. So staying inside is the safest place for many people. That's why. You should be able to go outside as long as you don't live in like the heart of New York City. They should let you go out, even if you're under a so-called shelter-in-place order. People are generally allowed outside, especially on their own property. If you have a common area or something, you could use that, but I mean, you don't want to not go outside at all and stop getting sunlight, because that will be bad for your vitamin D levels. Dear Buff. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Dear Bob, Anti-Trigger's technical problems were hilarious in the stream you did with him. What a buffoon. He is your technical... what a buffoon he is. Your technical skills are far superior to his. Love from Tinkerbell. Wow. Well, thank you, I guess, Tinkerbell. Yeah, Jeff Franklin's is bird prey. If we can't congregate in large numbers, if goods are in short supply, is this leading to socialism, communism? I think you're confusing two issues. Socialism and communism is something we would vote ourselves into. Okay, that's not the risk of this virus is not that it's going to be socialism and communism. Now, the risk of the virus and the economy collapses and we vote in Bernie Sanders or something for president, yeah, there's a risk of socialism there. I will grant you that. But that is not directly because of the virus. That's because we voted that in. What this virus is not about socialism. It's about, I'd say, authoritarianism. And that can happen whether the government is socialist, communist, or, frankly, right-wing. You can have any type of government can become authoritarian, and more so the states. States are becoming authoritarian because of their governors, and the president only has some limited powers in some cases. It's not even about the president that's becoming authoritarian. Hell, some mayors are becoming authoritarian. So once you start breaking out terms like lockdown and state of emergency, which is basically just the same thing as martial law. You see people who should never have had power to begin with start doing things they shouldn't be doing. So it is dangerous. It is a dangerous time, I admit it. But it's not about communism and socialism. Aberdeen says they're coming for me. I know. I was looking. Jeff, bird of prey, if we cannot go to places, restaurants, if we cannot go out to places like restaurants, sporting events, and concerts, if travel is restricted, sounds like socialism and communism to me. Well, Jeff, socialism, communism is not the absence of sporting events. It's not the absence of concerts. I mean, those things can happen under communism. Those things can happen under socialism. Socialism and communism is a type of government. Socialism is where the government owns the means of production, and communism is even more so, and you tend to live in communes. Honestly, communism seems a bit incompatible with this virus, but it could lead us closer due to secondary causes from who we elect come November, or even as we get to November, who the Democratic candidate turns out to be. So I'd definitely be on the lookout, and you want to fight authoritarianism regardless of who's in power. Dear Bob, Anti-Trigger's technical problems are hilarious. I read that. Thank you, but Tinkerbell. That was a duplicate. Dear Bob, do you know anyone who could take me seal hunting? Unfortunately, I do not. I joked about seal hunting, but I don't actually know anyone who does seal hunting. But I'm guessing Captain Foley might. Dear Bob, I'm really starting to get concerned about this whole coronavirus and the quarantine thing. I work for a large retail company, and the CEO has practically said, some of you may die, but that's the price I'm willing to pay. We are not closing, not shorting our open hours, not limiting the amount of people in the store, nothing. Yes, we can take emergency sick time off if we get sick. Then we have to have a doctor's note. Well, doctors aren't even seeing some people. I'm young, 30, and have always had a good immune system, but my parents do not. I live with my parents. My father already has bad lungs from smoking and lung cancer. I'm really concerned that I will get the CV and not know it until it's too late. I don't want to see my father suffer. I am ranting, but I wish I could just stay home and stay away from this craziness. Thanks a lot, retail slave worker. Well, retail slave worker, you sound to have a remarkably similar story to somebody in the stream today. But in either case, I am very sorry. That is the situation. I guess my first question is, do you really need the job? If you live with your parents, maybe it's time to talk and see if there's not something else you could find to do. Because that is a terrible situation to be in. And I'd be afraid too. I'd be afraid for my parents. If I was working at a store every day that wasn't limiting the number of people coming in and was really taking no precautions. It would worry me. You're right to be concerned. So I would really consider how much you need that job. Nobody's joking about Baby Yoda hunting. Mama Pray, you can stop looking. You're going crazy. She's going through everything. Dear Bob, is there a VPN you recommend? My current plan is ending soon and I'm shopping around. I use Pure VPN. PureVPN.com. I don't use it often, but it always works when I need it to. It can integrate right into Chrome if you want it to. And it's relatively cheap if you pay for 2 or 3 years at a time. So that's what I use. I can't say I've used a lot to compare. I can say that I have no problem using it. I've used it to play YouTube videos. I've used it to play Netflix videos. It works. The throughput's fine. I don't get blocked as a VPN most of the time. So it seems to be a pretty good platform. Pure VPN. I'd send you a link, but I don't know what my link would be. So just go ahead and check it out. I don't have an affiliate link for it right now. Dear Bob, oh my God, I can't believe how dumb the evil smelly rule of Turtistan is. In a recent stream, he stated that he didn't know what a quid is. I heard that. And when it was explained to him, he said he was very confused. Now I'm certain great, glorious Ada Quiroga knows what a quid is. Of course I do. It's British money. So now, please would you explain it to the intellectually challenged ruler of Turtistan? Yes, if instead of saying something is £5 sterling, it's 5 quid. P.S. Your reviews of Star Trek Picard are far superior to Anti-Trekker's feeble efforts. Hail Quiroga, death to Turtistan. Well, thank you. And you see, this is a rational and well-reasoned Quirogan, educated Quirogan. Oh, I've got to take my pill. Jesus, it's 7 o'clock. Yeah, Mama Pray didn't even cook. Okay. Guys, 1 minute, I'm putting on another commercial so I can take my pill. I hope I can chew.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? It's yours?
No, I
Mother said you found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys was.
Plus the what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not.
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
you all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Hertz introduces great low January sale rates, like $69 a week here in Arizona.
Or only $79 a week here in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, Arnie? Well, what about $78 a week here in sunny California?
Or, OJ, only $59 a week here in sunny Florida. Brutal, Juice, brutal.
Hertz, you don't just rent a car, you rent a company. 37 years ago, Club Med made a special arrangement with civilization. Send us your frazzled, you're crazed, you're beleaguered, you're burnt out, you're overburdened, you're tension-riddled, and we'll send you back a human being.
The computer factory wants you to get the
Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Okay. Where are we? Oh, I forgot to mute the microphone, huh? No, I was crunching. That was pretzel. That was pretzel. Sorry. Hey, at least it wasn't Gelogia time. You couldn't hear it over the crunching. I'm sorry. Actors says, what was that, dear Bob, talking about Bird's technical prowess? Son of a bitch. Okay, dear Bob, pod person here. I've been put into a hospital in quarantine. I haven't seen the new in months. What is this news in months? What is this coronavirus thing? Why are people freaking out about it? I'm so confused. Am I going to die? Oh, I'm not in the dear bot. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. There we go. Okay. If you're in a hospital and already in quarantine, you don't have to worry about the virus, pod person. It's nothing. In fact, some people say it's less than the flu, but they're wrong. People are freaking out about it because there's the potential to be a major. There's the potential to make a lot of people sick at the same time. And that would overwhelm our healthcare system and result in some very, very, very bad things happening. That's basically it. It's not that it's going to kill billions of people. It's not. But the panic and whatnot, it could kill a lot of people. I'm going to be honest. I suspect they did not think ahead with what this panic was going to cause. By taking the events they're taking. And remains to be seen whether the choices made were right choices or not. And unfortunately, somebody's going to complain no matter what you choose. No. But if you're already in quarantine, you're probably in the best place you could be. Dear Bob, minor number 5 here again. I'm so lucky to mail you once a week. Anyway, some of the other miners are getting sick, maybe from the rat stew. I don't know. Should we keep eating the rat stews or maybe try a bat stew? One miner had a potato, but that would not share it. I think it will make him talk, just like Uncle Paulie taught us how to. Thank you, oh great leader, your loyal servant, miner 5. No, don't eat the bats. Bats is probably where this virus came from. Yeah, don't eat bats. Nobody ever got sick from eating rat stew, though. I'm pretty sure. Oh, just stick with what you know. Right, Sassy? Sassy agrees. Dear Joseph DiBiase, this is a warning from the Krogan Health and Safety Ministry. In these dire times of the coronavirus pandemic, please stay outdoors and close to large gatherings. The more people you are around, the better your chances. This is for your safety and others. Please keep elders away. They are at high risk of infecting the young. This has been a Krogan health message and safety message. I think they have to rewrite that. I have a feeling that's actually was planted false news by Turdistan. But if it wasn't, then I think I got to send that back. I think somebody typoed that pretty bad. Dear Bop, with so many regular writers, I was wondering which ones are your favorites. I know you care about all us Kurogans, but do you have writers that you enjoy hearing from more than others? Thanks a lot, Kurogan Bop Watcher. Well, I'll tell you, as long as you're not talking about Frank and Freddie, if you're not talking about your love of other men and wanting my opinion on that type of subject, I'm pretty happy to read just about anything else here. Do I have favorites? No, I don't. Although, I'll be honest, I kind of liked that anonymous tracker guy who used to ask for help every so often. I felt like I had a lot to teach him. But maybe he took my advice and he's doing good now. So, yeah. That's all. That's good. But no, I really don't have any favorites. I have least favorites. I don't have favorites. Actress says, how would those miners have access to a computer and internet to send you emails? Well, that's a good question. I've heard rumors that, some orphans have snuck in cell phones by hiding them in various places on their body that we don't search. So, I would guess somebody's got an illegal phone. But I'm sure once the battery dies, the problem will go away. I'm sure, yeah. Jeff is getting sick. No, Jeff, don't get sick. Guys, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to end it here. I gotta deal with this tooth. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I had hoped to go later tonight. I really did. But shit happens. We will finish up these Dear Bops maybe tomorrow, or I don't know when. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this tooth right now. It's in pretty bad shape. All of a sudden, it was fine. It was fine before I started streaming. Dentist isn't best would be here at Tuesday, and probably not even then. So I have no idea. But hopefully we can get some Oragel for tomorrow. Take care, guys. Qapla. Yeah, we'll do the ending. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Birdo Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BertoPray5 or on BertoPray5.com. Take care.